Hello and welcome to another gameplay. Today I'm playing Warsmith, the white and red artifact deck that was part of deck pack number 3, which just came out today. It was released a month ago for the iPad, but it only released today for all the other platforms. And I've got the deck fully unlocked, so hopefully I'll be able to show you how it's supposed to work. So let's see here. We're missing white, which is the primary color in this deck, but we do have some nice other cards. We're on the draw, so I'm gonna keep this. We've got a turn 1 Bone Splitter, which is a great equipment, and then we have this mirror that even if it dies we get another colorless artifact. The name of the game in this deck is Metalcraft. You want to have 3 artifacts in play at all times, so you get the benefits of several cards. One card that requires Metalcraft is Rusted Relic, which is a very good card once you activate it, because then it's a 5/5 creature for just 4 mana and 4 colorless, which makes it very easy to cast. And it looks like we're playing a mirror match because Dolmen Gate is part of this deck and I'm also running it. Alright, so let's play out the mirror. We won't be doing a lot of blocking because this Dolmen Gate prevents all combat damage to attacking creatures. So we have some good removal that we can use still, and hopefully if we draw a white land preferably, we can start making multiple tokens. Let's see here. What does our opponent have? Nothing. So maybe he's playing a high curve version of the deck. Alright, on our side we aren't doing too great. This Sun Standard isn't gonna do much until we have more white, but I would play the mirror before that anyways. So now we have the option of equipping, and I'm probably getting our mirror killed by some removal spell, or just playing out the second mirror, which seems safer. Let us attack first, as there's no downside to doing that. And then play the second mirror and hope we draw some lands. And of course, equipping the Bone Splitter would do more damage, but down the line it's safer to commit more creatures here. There's no sweepers we have to play around, so that's not a problem. Our opponent does have all the lands he needs, and he's gonna start casting his own creatures. And there's a mirror which is not a great target for our removal spells, and there's a plains, which is nice. Alright, so now we have a couple of options. We can always equip and start attacking that way, but then it just blocks and trades. We could end of turn a Master Skull on our opponent's turn, which would be sweet. Let's see, Sun Standard doesn't do anything right now. Galvanic Blasts I'm not gonna use, so yeah, I'm just gonna attack here, not equip, and then it's pretty obvious that we have a Master Skull, but not much we can do about that. And just attack. Our opponent's maybe gonna block, I'm not sure. It doesn't, alright. So that's 2 damage, pass a turn, this is an instant. And let's see what our opponent does. Cards we don't want to see are War Leader's Helix, as that'll gain our opponent 4 life. Alright, is he gonna equip? I still think we Master Skull instead of removing his creature, just because that progresses our board, and well, that's 2 damage for 1 turn. Doesn't really matter. We could also just... No, we can't block. Alright, he does nothing. Let's stop the timer real quick and cast a Master Skull. Not sure why the opponent didn't attack, but I'm not complaining. Alright, so now we have some decisions to make yet again. Play our land, so we can just play this 5/5, which is probably gonna stay a 5/5 for a long time. Our opponent could have Galvanic Blast of his own, which in his case would also deal 4 damage. Removing his creature doesn't do a lot, as the 1/1 trades with the same creatures as the 3/1 does. So we could play the Sun Standard actually. It's not a bad play. Means we can push 6 damage through this turn. Question is, would we rather have a 5/5 in play this turn? And I'm not sure. The Bone Splitter, not as great as the Sun Standard, I think. If we are casting it, we need to keep white open. Yeah, I'm gonna cast the Sun Standard. Seems good with 4 1/1s in play. And let's attack. See what our opponent does. No need to activate the Sun Standard right away. Alright, and he blocks, but we're gonna activate this regardless. Alright, and that's 6 damage. Oh, he's got the Galvanic Blast to take care of. I would have... Alright, he's got 2 of them. Strange that he's targeting these mirror instead of the other ones, because now we do get additional tokens. I'm pretty sure there's no sweeper. Maybe there is. Alright. So we're still doing fine here. The Sun Standard is a pretty big game in the mirror match. And the Dolmen isn't doing as much work as I thought it would. We can't block as that damage is prevented. So take 1. We're still at 19. And these are aggro decks, so... Alright, some options here are casting another Master Skull and keeping also Galvanic Blast up. We could actually start equipping the Bone Splitter, but I'm pretty sure our opponent has some interaction here, either his own Master Skull or a Dispatch. If he does have a Dispatch, casting the Rusted Relic isn't great. In that case, actually just attacking and activating this twice seems better. If we can push like 9 damage through here, then he's at 6, and then we can start burning him out. So I actually like that plan a little more. Let's see what he does though. He might cast his Skull before blocking. It does not. I just messed that up a little. Yeah, the timers in this game aren't as great as I'd like them to be. So now we can just play our 5/5, which I'm still unsure about, or keep Master Skull Galvanic Blast up, which actually is pretty good, as we do have the Sun Standard. Then we can start doing some pretty nice things next turn. Alright, so no worries. We're gonna expand our board instead of pushing through damage, as the War Leader's Helix put our opponent up to 16. So I actually think that's better, all things considered. Alright, let's not forget to use our Master Skull here. I should have left red up, but it probably doesn't matter. Alright, well, our opponent left for some reason. I guess that means we probably win, but I'm gonna use the Sun Standard this time around. I'm not gonna forget to activate it. And let's do it 2 times, and that should be 15 damage. And nope, there's another Helix, so our opponent gains 4 and prevents 3 damage basically. So he's still at 8, but we do have 4 points of burn here and at least 3 points here, and we still have a good board presence, so we should be good here. And there's our sweet 1-drop, a little late, but yeah, let's attack with everyone. and then probably if he blocks, activates the... oh, it doesn't block. Alright, so gonna activate the Sun Standard once, as if he removes one of our creatures, this does 4, while activating it would only do 3, but he doesn't have anything, so we win in the mirror match. I'm gonna try and show you another game. Alright, time to give it another shot. Hopefully this isn't another mirror match. Would be a little awkward. There's also a mono green deck in the third deck pack, which isn't very good, to be honest. This hand is a little land heavy. Our curve pretty much stops at 4. We have 1 5-drop. So 4 lands is a bit much. The cards in our hands aren't bad, but I'm actually gonna try another one. Yeah, this is much better. So we have a 1-drop, a Bone Splitter, and a Mirror. Alright, we're playing against the mono black demon deck, so not the mirror match. And we have a pretty explosive start here. Especially if we draw another cheap artifact down the line. Because for now these are 1/1s, but as soon as we have 3 artifacts in play, they get +2/+2. And is this an Edict? Oh no, it's a Doomblade. That's okay. Alright, and there's a Bone Splitter. We could go recruit into Bone Splitter and then next turn the Mirror Sire into another Bone Splitter. Or we could just play the Mirror Sire and then it will probably survive, and then next turn we can Bone Splitter equip plus the recruit, which I actually like a bit better, as that protects against removal and that makes sure we get the damage in. And hopefully our opponent starts committing some creatures. But the mono black demon deck is known to be pretty controlling, playing a lot of removal spells and then trying to win the game with a big demon. And no main phase removal is not great for us, as this Bone Splitter equip isn't gonna do a whole lot. But still seems like the play. That's a dog in the background. And do this and use a red mana so we can cast a recruit. And let's attack, probably lose our creature. Alright, no removal. Do we commit the recruit? As our opponent could cast a sweeper next turn, but I think that's fine, as we'll have the mirror token and we can double equip Bone Splitters, so that's 5 damage, which isn't bad. Yeah, this isn't a great matchup, as the mono black deck has a bunch of removal spells that also gain him life, and we don't have a ton of reach. Alright, Demonic Tutor for a Doomblade or an Edict, I'm not sure, maybe a land. Oh, damnation. Well, at least we're safe for this turn. And Edict doesn't do it, unless he's got another Doomblade. In which case, using... So if we want to play around another Doomblade, then non-black creature that does hit artifacts, I'm pretty sure. So if we want to play around Doomblade, it's best to play Bone Splitter on the recruit. If we want to play around an Edict, then actually wait. Our guy will get +2/+2 because we'll have 3 artifacts in play. So let's start by doing that. So how do we want to spread the love here? Actually, if he has an edict, putting the equipment on the recruit is better, because then we get the token, but then he damnations us, so that's not very good. So I actually don't want him to kill our mirror, so I'm gonna equip this to this guy. If he doesn't have a 2-mana removal spell, this obviously doesn't matter, but I'm gonna try to make the best decisions if possible, and let's find out what happens. Alright, no removal, so we will get our creatures removed next turn, but we'll have a token plus 2 Bone Splitters and a Banefire in hand, so we're not in a terrible spot. If our opponent has life gain in his hand, then we probably can't win. Another land is not great. So yeah, double equip is 5 damage. And then we can do 3 with Banefire. So our opponent's at 1. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna use a Banefire probably, but that's pretty close. We know he has the other damnation, so if we can tempt him into using it as a removal spell, then we can win next turn. Yeah, seems like the play. Hopefully he doesn't have Tendrils of Corruption, because that would gain him life and put him out of reach. But yeah, let's hope he doesn't. We know 1 card is Damnation and then 4 unknowns. So who knows? And there's a Damnation, which is great for us. And nothing else. Alright, looking good. Not gonna use that. Instead I'm gonna Banefire him for 5. And that also means he can't prevent it. Not that it could be prevented in any way, I think. Alright, and that'll do it. So, a swift victory for the Warsmith deck. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. I'll try and do another one for the mono green deck, but for now I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.